a clothing brand that helps people pay for therapy. You can count us in. Every piece they have from the Other People Fund supports access to mental health care.
Yes, it's so cool. And this brand has some big backing by mega celebrities. We are here with brand founder Elena. Welcome in.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm so excited that you're here. This is a brand with a big purpose. Talk about what this is and the impact that it's made.
Of course. So I started Other People Fund, which is a clothing brand, almost 5 years ago now, with the mission to increase access to mental health care. So how it works is I sell things like this tote bag, my crew neck, t-shirts, hats, things of the like, and I donate 100% of the proceeds to my nonprofit that works in tandem with Other People Fund, and I use the funds to cover the cost of therapy sessions for people in need.
Really incredible. And it's become a national movement. What has been the most surprising response so far?
I mean, it's just been so exciting to see people connect with the mission. I think I've gotten to do a lot of events now in Nashville and meet people one-on-one who are talking about the impact therapy has had on them and the people they love. So that's been what's most meaningful. I think we've kind of nationally moved the conversation over the past few years to realize the importance of mental health, but what's missing is still the access piece. So that's what we're doing at Other People Fund, is just trying to bridge that gap.
Yes, it's amazing how you've turned your passion into something so huge, so big, that even Harry Styles is sporting this brand, which is amazing. We have a photo that we're gonna take. Look at that, he's wearing the tote. Okay, so explain, because you really manifested this whole photo.
Yeah, absolutely, which I know it's hard to tell in the photo. Believe me, he is wearing it. So what happened is when I was first working with an artist and a friend of mine to come up with the designs for Other People Fund, I was like, I want the design to be something cool that, like, hypothetically Harry Styles would wear. And that was the inspiration, and within a few months he was wearing it. So what happened is he was on the Grammys, he was not wearing a shirt, he was just wearing a feather boa. And I was like, I made a video saying, should we as clothing providers stop making clothing so he stops wearing shirts entirely, or should I just get my therapy shirt to Harry Styles because he's a big therapy supporter? And it was a joke. I made a PowerPoint, posted it, and some people said reach out to his stylist. So I DM'd Harry Styles' stylist, whose also name is Harry. And
Harry Styles stylist.
Yeah, say that 10 times fast.
Yeah.
I said, one of your clients might like my shirt, and sent him a link. And within a few hours, I had DMs, emails, messages of this guy saying, do you ship to the UK? We'd love to order. He ordered 2 of our white shirts and a tote bag. And then Harry wore them in London a little bit later. And it led to thousands of orders and hundreds of therapy sessions donated. So hugely impactful for me personally, and then also for the mission.
Congratulations, that's
Thank
truly
you.
amazing. And there's a way we can all be like Harry Styles and support the cause, not only by buying online, but you have a fun event coming up at JBJ's.
Yes, I'm super excited. So we're hosting our first big Other People Fund event in Nashville next Tuesday, January 13th from 7 to 9 p.m. at John Bon Jovi's on Broadway. So it's a free event, anyone can come, but it's a writer's round with 7 My PR Lab artists are performing. We'll have a basket raffle, I'll be selling merch, but it's free, so anyone can show up, and then any funds that we raise will help increase access to mental health.
I want to dive more into your passion behind this brand and why therapy is so important, because you really launched this right after you first got into therapy.
Yeah, so I started therapy and I immediately saw the impact, the way it changed my life and the lives of the people around me. And I also saw people around me who were trying to get into therapy and couldn't afford it. And I saw the cyclical nature of struggling with finances and struggling with your mental health. And so that's really what drove the brand. And it's been 5 years and over 1,200 therapy sessions donated. So I'm super grateful for the support that people have shown me.
That's really incredible. How have you personally grown in creating this brand?
I mean, in a ton of ways. I wouldn't be here today, you know, getting to talk to you all and sharing this story, getting to do events, getting to meet people firsthand and hear about their experiences with therapy, getting to grow in my own therapy journey. I think overall it's changed my life in many ways.
It's wonderful. We are supporting you and cheering you on, but we really need to know about this logo. Who's the cat? Who's the mouse? They're looking like they're having a great time.
Yes, absolutely. So we have a cat and a rat here. They're sharing a charcuterie board and they're breaking up. So the phrase is, I think we should see other people, and by other people, I mean therapists. It was inspired lightly by some history of my own, but the cat was inspired by my artist, who her cat would sit like that. And so she put that together. And we also have other types of merch. We have hoodies that say other people. We have hats that say this hat helps people pay for therapy, and all sorts sorts of things online as well.
Irreconcilable differences over some wine and cheese. We love
Absolutely.
it.
Perfect.
Hey, thank you so much. I really
Yes.
appreciate it. Love what you're doing. Everyone, place an order for a tote and a hoodie and all the good items and support people who need therapy. Visit otherpeoplefund.com to learn more.